Hello, and welcome to a very long game between Hypokrass and Fitz here in the Season 8 of Steel Division League, Division 2. We have, for you today, 3rd Fallschirmjäger versus Verteidigungsbereich Toulon. Fallschirmjäger, Fallschirm MG42, Pack 38. Another MG, another Flammenwerfer, Gallich, MG, Flammenwerfer, more Flammenwerfers. Most of the forces are up here in the north. Flammenwerfer, Pack 38, 2 Fallschirmjäger, Batterieführer, SPW AB41, Fallschirmpanzer Abwehr, Panzerschreck, 2 Flammenwerfer, MG42, 2 Sturmpioneers, and a Fallschirm Batterieführer. On Hypokrass' side, we've got a Scharfschütze, KM Führer, 2 Maros, 2 MG34s, a sniper and an MG42 here, with another MG34, 2 RSO versus a 30 and a 39H. Meanwhile, here, Scharfschütze, dual MG42s, Pack 47mm, Scharfschütze as well, MG42, Sicherungs. And another Panzerjäger RSO. Lots of these RSOs. Why? Well, somebody likes them, I guess. Might not be the worst choice in the world, but if you got rushed, like, these would be nowhere in position to take advantage of it, right? It is a balance versus balance match, though, so probably expecting both players to sit tight and build up infinite amount of forces before attempting a push. Now, Verteidigungsbereich Toulon gets a total of 4 Stugs, I want to say. 5, potentially, if you update them at, like, 1 Vet. You get the 2 Commander Stugs and then 3 regular ones, I believe, if it doesn't come with a single one. You do get Martyrs and a bunch of, like, anti-tank guns after that with these Panzerjäger RSOs, but 3rd Fallschirmjäger definitely having the armor advantage, which is not something you see a lot. And, like, Fallschirmjäger in the medium range, they're very deadly, even with this MG42 sitting here. Does leave quite a large space to just come up and delete these MG42s in the face, right? And this light armor isn't really a threat as long as there's a Fallschirmpanzer Abwehr following it up. So this push in the north might be very, very dangerous. Fallschirm Sturmpioneer, though, not great in my opinion, particularly because they do have G43s. And they're 30 points rather than 25. Just makes them all around useless. Tick 1 commander, though, as well as multiple IG-33s. Slowly wanting to make a push materialize down here, it seems, and just kind of fight for this flag. Well, Fitz's plan seems to be fight for this one, right? So both players playing to their strengths, with Toulon definitely wanting to fight for the open ground, and 3rd Fallschirm preferring to fight in the forest here, but very, very odd units, really, especially with, like, dual Batterieführers. Like, sure, 3rd Fallschirm does have very expensive slots, so you might as well bring the Batterieführer instead of a regular one, but it's very odd, I would say. What Toulon does have over 3rd Fallschirm, though, is excellent air, the AA for 3rd Fallschirm. It's alright. It does get 88s, but it doesn't get anything mobile, which is a really big problem if your opponent has a lot of artillery, and artillery is something that Toulon has in spades. I wonder what this commander is really here for, being that there's no leaders or anything down here just yet. But I suppose it's good to have. You can put AA around this after the fact, like a Flak-Zwilling here. I really want to see a Flak-Zwilling, actually. Haven't seen one since, like, Normandy 44 actually being used, and actually, well, I've seen a couple in, like, team games and such like that, but they are absolutely brutal, and I love them so much for it. Multiple mortars coming in to help this push up here. Looks like this area up here is actually going to get mortared. Would expect more Fallschirmjäger to come in, and then just kind of control this medium range engagement, and then the Sturmpioneer come in to take out things after they've been radio mortared. So not a terrible use of things there, as the second IG-33 finally makes its way in. Both players could tend to just sit here and looks like wait for Phase B. There is a 50-minute time limit, so whoever starts ticking first is kind of under a little bit of pressure, as right now it would just be a draw at 50 minutes. But, yeah, not much to worry about there. Another Fallschirmjäger coming in, the L6 Panzer. These do have actually the penetration to deal with these L6s, which is not something that you usually see. The L35 really being quite weak. L6s, the small Italian tanks, not being amazing either, though. As a wall of units. kind of makes its way forward here. Lots of 20 mils. Just shoring up the defense, planning against any air attack from both sides. Oh, Zicho's coming in. Triple Fallschirmjäger, kind of an AB-41, and a Panzerabwehr. This Panzerabwehr could actually theoretically just sneak in here and pop this. I do believe that would have a range. 20 mil instead. 3-star 20 mil. 100 millimeter Gebirgshaubitze also coming in. These are interesting because they're not the terrible 105 Gebirgshaubitzen that third Fallschirmjäger gets, right? And really, in a long, prolonged game, I would almost expect third Fallschirmjäger to win. But honestly, I don't think I can remember the last time, outside of like new players playing third Fallschirmjäger balanced. Guess we got 2 flaks coming in. Both going to be triple starred by that commander. Mortars firing. Ooh, they're just going to completely smoke off this area. In anticipation of this Fallschirmjäger push. But the Panzerabwehr does have to follow that up quite closely with these Fallschirmjäger because the SF-39 is still kind of here preventing a push. And we'll actually see these units. This is a lot of smoke to be laying down as well. One of these Fallschirmjäger is going to get shot at, and it looks like the MG42 from over here actually gets the better of this Fallschirmjäger. But, so this push, it's dead before it could even start, and now you've used up all your smoke, right? Sicherung should fall fairly easily to the Fallschirmjäger over here. But Fallschirmpanzerabwehr not being in position really to take advantage of this, and these units actually get forced to fall back. That was a very expensive squad to be running into MG fire. Nothing happening down south, so we can continue to focus on the north here as multiple 20 mils now come in. Scharfschütze is in position. The 39H is going to take some pot shots at the Fallschirmjäger. Funny, this smoke was just not what was needed. Now this Fallschirmjäger is going to be forced to fall back and going to get cleaned up by these large armor units, which is not something that you normally see Toulon doing, right? Dual Gebirgshaubitze though getting set up as well. There's like radio range over all this, so very dangerous. We actually see an A-phase Kugelmunitionwagen. Sure, I mean if you're relying on smoke a lot, you can probably afford it. Morrow versus Fallschirmjäger though, and now we see the G43s with their amazing 2 DPS. Well, 2 DPS would actually be good, but yeah. They're just going down. See, Fallschirmjäger does get one of them. If this was here to advance in the smoke with the Fallschirmjäger, even with just the 2 of them, that might have been enough. Fallschirmjäger delete the Sicherungs out in the open, though. Give the Fallschirmjäger time to actually fire at the MG42 as well. As the Fallschirmpanzerschreck immediately goes down to the Morrow. Fallschirmsturmpioneer, one of them already went down. The other one, not looking too healthy either. The Morrow just have such DPS that this is now forced to fall back. Gebirgshaubitzen, go for this area. It is 3-star. Somebody brought up a commander. Yep, Fallschirmkommandant. Not close to the AA though, which is interesting to see. But, ooh, Fallschirmsturmjäger. Usually, with third Fallschirm, now that Fallschirmjäger are 40 points, these Sturmjäger are actually better to use like right away in your deployment, right? Because it gives you a little more oomph. But not being a Maverick game, well, who's to say? The mortar's now targeting the 39Hs. Not the worst idea in the world. You do need quite the mortar concentration to kill tanks, though. I've been playing a lot of, oh, what's it called? Army General with Onord lately. And, like, an Army General is a completely different thing. You get, like, 20 mortars for 1 point each, right? But the AB actually not having any chance to penetrate that, but all you need to do is just micro the tanks a little bit, and it's no problem. You kind of have to wait for them to sit still with the mortars here, and there's nothing over here either to fire at, so just a waste of ammo there. Not that I think the third Fallschirmjäger players again are run low on ammo anytime soon, but IG-33 in position, potentially could be seeing something happen here. And eventually, but for now, just shoring up this front. 3-star Fallschirmjäger there, quite dangerous. Du Sturmpioneer. And the Fallschirmjäger here as well. Oh man. There's only 5 men in these 2 squads between them. Still relatively dangerous though, and you can see the medium range firepower of that just let loose there. As the Z-Goings completely get pressed down by low health Fallschirmjäger squads, right? But Z-Goings being 20 points, Fallschirmjäger being 40. It's not really a contest. These Galex really need to get in a position to help force this armor back, really. They're more than capable of that, and we actually see, now it's B phase, Beobachter Schwimmwagen. And if there's anything that 3rd Fallschirmjäger can rely on, it's endless off-map. Oh man, I do hope we see the absolutely disgusting 380mm off-map come in, because balanced Fallschirmjäger deck, right? It doesn't have any arty, so it can't really expect to like trade out a long game versus a artillery division. But what it does have is off-map in spades. And even as a balanced player, right? Imagine you're building up for like phase A, phase B, you're finally to phase C, you're buying artillery, and then you just get like triple off-mapped by 3rd Fallschirmjäger. This is actually Luftwaffejäger coming in as well, a cheaper alternative there. Like, it's bad enough that you probably got to take two of these off-map vehicles in the face in phase B, and be forced to reinforce it even more. But then the like the other one's coming too. And actually, the Grenfield's coming into the tractions here. Interesting to see the tractions normally used for MGs and such in Toulon to really give an advantage. Mortars firing. They actually stopped firing because they were just getting counter batteried. So are going to be forced to run away there. As multiple Gebirgshaubitz and even an SK-18 are now gunning for their lives. Yeah, they gets the kill on one. There's a mech over here, though. It's going to be killing Fallschirmjäger quite quickly. No AA up north here. An interesting problem to have, I would say. Flak 41 coming out. But with this much artillery already on the field, like, both players have invested quite a lot, but the Fallschirmjäger is definitely being a little more expensive. This Sturmjäger actually has to watch out. I would have it more in the yellow cover back here. The Maro, not much of a danger in the yellow cover because they'll get deleted before they can get within the 150 meter range, but yeah. Yeah, like he's falling back after taking out the second 39H. I would wonder if he's got the other card in as well. There's also an even worse one than the 39H to bring in. Gora, definitely a slow map, though. Lots of RSOs here being used just as pack guns, as well as the Martyr. It'd be interesting to also see like another Grenfield coming in over here, because I think that would actually connect this commander net and just bring a lot of these units to 2-star. There's quite the concentration of units here, especially Luftwaffejäger now to tank for the Fallschirmjäger, but as the first off map does get into position. Mortars, looks like they did escape the wrath of the artillery, but as soon as they fire again, I would expect these to really get on target. And they're actually going to shoot at the Gallich now. Is this going to be too late? Potentially. There's actually smoke coming down here with nothing to follow it up. Why? I suppose he's just smoking off the MG42s here so he can move the units across properly. Yeah, that would probably be it. Off-map does come down. Oop, Pack 47 does unload. One of the mechs goes down. Sequence goes down. The MG goes down. This Gunfula is heading towards a position where there's already units there. As now the Fallschirmjäger and the Luftwaffejäger can freely advance. What happened to the second Panzerabwehr? Well, I guess there never was a second one. It was just this one that moved forward. Definitely something that I'd want to bring in with this kind of a push, because the Gallich can't follow you. And 13 to 11, we finally see the first tick of this game. 15 minutes into this game, right? If you think about most of the games I've casted, Maverick versus Maverick, they're quite different, as actually the second one gets used on a barrage to stop any reinforcements coming here. Looks like, though, the reinforcements were coming from the north, thinking that there was going to be a push coming in here. But now we see a counter off map, as the Fallschirmjäger got a little bit too close to the Morrow. Is going to get the off map down. There's a bunch of 20 mils here, but they're not up-vetted, not quite close enough to the front. And this one can't even see anything, so definitely a mistake there. Barrage kill in the first one, though. Fallschirmjäger falling back. The RSO went down to something. I would have off-mapped this position and then secured that. But the barrage in there, well, did some work against the 39H. I suppose. It is still going off. Probably will force a couple things to unload, depending on how long that lasts. But, so yeah, slowly across the rest of the map, Hypokrass is building up forces. The Fallschirmjäger not having followed these units here, they're just all back to 1 star. And now the off map comes down. This Fallschirmjäger is kind of escape it from the looks of things, but that's the problem with the planes, is generally you see them coming. So Fallschirmjäger might actually survive relatively healthy, as the Luftwaffe just tank for that. Lots of MGs over here, though, so every time he wants to push across, he's going to need to smoke that. Fallschirmjäger going down to the Morrow. You can't bring them so close, man. Bootbesatzung also going to be beating out the Fallschirmjäger at this 150 meter range. They've just got one more MG there. Is this barrage going to actually last long enough to snipe these units? Yeah, now we're just going to see the Luftwaffe get absolutely torn to shreds by all these MGs and Scharfschützen. Fallschirmjäger. Oh, it is an FG-42 range, so potentially might be worth something. Fallschirmjäger does get pinned down, though. Stumpania firing their G43s again. Fire forced to fall back. Artillery fire doesn't come in time to clean this up. ME410 coming in. The 20 mil is gonna fire. This might actually force this to veer off to the left. If it goes over the left, it's going over multiple, or well, was going to be multiple 3-star 20 mils. 1 3-star 20 mil in any case. So I would expect that ME410 to actually go down, but relying on 20 mils in Toulon. Interesting, to say the least. Fuck feeling, though, coming in. If that's also just outfitted by 1. Looks like the barrage did do good work here. The MG42s did not go down, though. The Scharfschützen did, but 10-point unit versus 45-point unit here. Mortar's still doing good work. Just going to provide smoke for now, though. The MG42 is providing good covering fire there on that position. But if the smoke lands in the water, does it still smoke? I guess it does. Another one coming in. Oh, man. A ridiculous game. Every single game on Gora is quite frankly ridiculous. You either get Maverick versus Maverick and just Hail Mary pushes all the way through, or you get this, which is balance versus balance, and just an absolute, like, grind fest of the highest magnitude. Not sure if I quite like it. Fallschirmjäger MG42 could move forward here, and if there was a leader in range, which there was, would actually be quite fine dueling with the MG34. KM Bootbesatzung, though, versus Luftwaffejäger. There's the Stug 3 here, but still gotta be worried about light AT guns and stuff like that as another Stug comes in, or the first Stug comes in for Toulon as well. Lots of artillery, though, on the side, and third Fallschirm has no way to respond. Right, besides Gebirgshaubitsen, but I have seen it done. It's kind of a niche thing to do, though. You would bring out, like, all of your Gebirgshaubitsen at once, and then you have to manually target them, because without a sufficient mass, you're never going to kill anything with them. Mortar's coming down on the KM Bootbesatzung. Luftwaffejäger get forced to fall back. MGs, again, not properly smoked off. They're going to keep firing. 3-star here now, so this flak feeling is 2-star. That's actually a Sturmabutze here. Gets in the range to start shooting at all these MGs. First one goes down. There's no like heavy AT to deal with this right now. This is also 2K HE, so even if like a Pack 40 or something came out here, you could theoretically just retreat. SPW doing good to keep these units in the back lines here. More coming down again with more smoke. I swear, he's used up like triple Kubo munitions now, just for smoke. Alright, which if you're using them well, by all means, but certainly a bit problematic. Push coming in the north here, though. A bunch of Fallschirm Pioneers, but I do feel I'm not following to give them veterancy. But they're going to get into position, and, well, 2 of them, they're definitely going to outtrade this mech, even with their relatively nerfed state. Well, not if they get in range of that Bootbesetzung, though. Especially a 3-star Bootbesetzung. Mech does go down, though. This lets this Fallschirm Pioneer into this area. Another artillery off-map coming down. Where's that second boat? Or do they get 3 charges? That would be disgusting if they got 3 charges. No, it is. That's the first one. And then that would be the second one. Stug 3 is going to kill that AB-41. What happened to the Stug over here? Also must have died, I would say. TT goes off for both players here. King Pioneer left on 1 health. FS Pioneer left on 2. Maro's still killing a lot of things, and is going to kill this Luftwaffe here as well. Oh, man. Maro here, though. They might actually just run straight into this off-map. Same thing with the 47mm, same thing with the Stug. Might actually go down here. Oh. Does unload. Without going down. Smoke coming down on this MG34 as the Sturmabutze desperately tries to kill it. More units coming in the north here. I'm surprised we haven't seen, like, a push down south. This would be so easy to just march, like, a single unit up here. And, yeah, it's going to take fire, but if it was, like, a disheartened 15-point unit or whatever, which I think Toulon does get, at least they do get 20-point disheartened units, like, IG-33s and stuff where just got to blast things, and then you can kind of just sit right here and secure this flag, then the north doesn't really matter. Ponenberg got coming in a bit too late to save this northern push here. It's actually, yeah, Fallschirm Pioneer should lose out on that, but it is in the open here. Oop. DMA goes down. Bunch of 2-star 20mm now, and the Flak 88. The off-map does get placed, so is in a good position right now. Lots of things been down here. Proper push, like just a Q move, should kill everything. Finally finishing off the last of the Maro there. But 152mm as the arty just builds up, right? We've got multiple 152mm now. And you get enough of these, and it's just got to be like an on-map, off-map, right? This Flak 41 is also on the road, and though it's moving, it's going to cause a lot of these reinforcements to get shot if they're not careful, right? So, never deploy on the road there. This op is going to go down, though, before the Luftwaffe and the Fallschirmjäger can really secure another strong position, but Fallschirmjäger up here are also pushing in, as all these units are forced back. Not a lot of Fallschirmjäger up here, though. Just a bunch of Luftwaffe for the most part. Luftwaffe, they're kind of bad at 20 points. They're mediocre grenadiers. I guess if you can get them at 2-star, they're not the worst thing in the world. But, yeah, I'm not a fan. The 380 bill almost going down to the arty here. Ooh, gotta be careful with that. Yeah, and the 380mm off map might just secure this peninsula now. You can do it. Come on, off map your opponent into submission and then hope the on map, off map doesn't pound you into submission. Oh man, Skellig's going down, Luftwaffe going down. Fallschirm Pioneer does get into position. A lot of these units are pinned down, but that's a 2 health Fallschirmjäger Pioneer. All the units on this peninsula are very low health. Not to say that the opponent's units are much healthier as something else blows up there. Just keeping them all pinned down. Fallschirm Pioneer though. Ooh, just gonna get on the mech. He's gonna get on the boat Bazatsu before they're recovered. So it's gonna finish them off. And then the 300 mil off map is not gonna fire barrage onto the road. So there goes your reinforcements, I suppose. If this peninsula gets pushed off, it'll be very hard to recapture. Unless it's just off-mapped in submission. So I would say, as the long-range division here, Toulon really needs to get a move on down in the south, right? Just slowly start pittering units over. Use these IG-33s. This one's still in the back here. To start blowing things up, right? If this was further over here, it could kill these. It could kill this. Like, none of this would be that much of a danger. These are lighter AT guns as well. So, like, potentially not even that big of a danger to Stugs and stuff like that. But the artillery for now is still keeping this at bay. Oh. That wasn't an emergency, was it? Oh, come on. You can fire again. No, I'm not gonna fire again. Oh, there we go. Still 42 should have line of sight on that. I guess not. And now he's just gonna wait with all these units instead of running him into the barrage. A good choice there. Another 138 mil off-map claim coming down. What is this? The off-map duel? 13 to 11 still. It's just a slow grind. Can third Fallschirm grind out the off-map? This goes down. A lot of the units in the north here, though. If they move a little bit out of the way, they might actually just avoid the most of the danger of the off-map, but I'm definitely still going to pin everything down, and with units waiting, as well as fresh MGs coming in, though. With the Sturmhaubitze sitting there, I'm not sure how useful fresh MGs are going to be. 2 of them now, actually. And no kind of AT to counter them just yet. Fallschirmjäger and Fallschirm Pioneer are going to get the better of that game. Both Besatzung. IG-33 coming up here. Potentially even further up north. That's an interesting spot you barely see used. An IG pointing down this road. Gonna do good damage. I wouldn't fall back here in Fitz's case. That'd be 410. It's so dead. 2-star flak feeling. If that was a flak feeling, that would have been dead before it even got over the top. I'm still kind of annoyed that we haven't seen one yet. Somebody, I got a request. Please deploy a flak feeling. Somebody played Toulon and deploy one. We've seen one. Yeah, we've seen one, I think, but it hasn't actually hit anything, which is so annoying. Gonzo didn't bring any air that game, I think. I think it was Gonzo. Huh? No. Maybe. Incha versus Herr Robert, I want to say. Bonneberg doing it in, though. The off-map not coming in, but the Cali actually gets the kill. And now the Bonneberg are in the open. Mortars are going to come in on that IG, but I'm not sure if they have radio range. It doesn't look like it. Another barrage coming down. These Bonneberg might just straight up get suppressed. Mara did go down to the Fallschirm Pioneer. 2 more Fallschirm Pioneer, one not so fresh and one pretty fresh coming in. I will say that there are definitely a lot more Fallschirm Pioneers than Bonneberg to be had in this deck. Oh man. Is this all there is to the game? TNT goes down. Fallschirm Pioneer rightly falls back just after it launches the TNT. IG-33 forced to fall back from the mortar fire, but it's not actually going to die from that. So we actually see another Sturmhaubitze. This must have been a... Do they get 4 in B phase? Potentially. Bunch more units coming in though. Barrage still firing. And Bonneberg, well, they are very good units, but they're up against Fallschirmjäger, which are unicorn units. So I would wager them better. Fitz doing a very good job, though, microing his mortars away, though. Certainly been a different game from last time. Ooh, Fallschirmjäger does almost go down from that, but keeping that alive is all that is really neat to ward off armor. But I think Hypokrass at some point is going to run out of armor, right? Toulon doesn't get very much to begin with. And this is probably the third Stug we've seen for them, which would be the last Stug yet. Sturmhaubitze also coming off this road now. Yeah. Like, if something can materialize down south, this is still possible, and there's lots of units over here. There's even the Sicherungs down here that could just march forward and, you know, prod the crown as the Führer stays unopposed. But definite Gora tunnel vision here, focusing completely on the forest. Artillery trying to take out the mortars and the AA. Not working so far. 2-star flak 88. Another 380 mil off map as the Sturmhaubitze faces off versus the Stug. Stug definitely having the better of this fight as it does go down to the F8. F8's got to be a little bit careful with the just magnitude of 20 mils coming in here, but oh, Fallschirmjäger on target though. Artillery does come in, pin all these units down. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hypokrass having a positive KD in this game. But I think as the IG now fires into this forest, 31 minutes into this game, 10 minutes till defeat, or 20 minutes till defeat. Let's speed it up just a little bit. Right, this has got to go down right to the time of this game, so I did warn you in the beginning. But really, it's just a slog fest. Kanattenwerfer still firing at that IG-33. They're going to mostly miss, though. Oop. Oh, is this gonna... It is. It's going to hit. 2 down right away. Oh, man. Yeah. Nasty barrage off map. You wouldn't think to see just this much of a pure CQC fight on Gora, but here we are, I suppose. Off-map planes coming in. I believe this one's... Oh, no. It's definitely still got charges in. A barrage on the reinforcing road now. Which would help if Fitz wasn't also just flooding units across the river now. Still smoking off for that point. And a bunch of units coming in to deal with this now. Now, that is dangerous. There is a martyr over here. One unit goes down, depending on which unit goes down. It's very dangerous. Game Bootbesetzung also. But multiple Sturmhaubitze in here. 2 forces on load. This is going to fall back because all these 88s. Fallschirmjäger is still here. So I can sneak forward and kill that Stug. Another barrage is coming in. As even more infantry come in. Like, my god, just very good use of these barrages, I gotta say. Yeah. Sturmhaubitzen covering this push. Multiple Fallschirmjäger here are also going to be covering that. Already coming in. F8 trying to make a move, but there is a lot of AA. Oh, Sturmhaubitze versus Martyr does go down, finally. But this second flag is taken. 14 to 10 for now. F8 got to be forced back. As this Flak 88 might actually just unload here and move forward to kill that Martyr. Lots of mortar fire coming in. The off-map kills more units. Forces them down. The Stug going down to the Fallschirmjäger here. BF-109 coming in to try and kill some of these Fallschirm pioneers and stuff, but yeah, Fallschirmjäger are pinned down for now. And the Bootbesetzung will finish them up there. 2 Scharfschützen though. And there's still multiple Sturmhaubitze in here. They do get pinned down rather quickly. Hypokrass, though, with another off-map plane, is going to barrage off-map this road. As he expects more units to be flooded into it. Oh, man. What do we even call this? Barrage and craziness? Multiple cheap KM infantry are coming in as they get barraged again. More alarms for the slaughter. How does he have this many Stugs? Right? We've already seen 3. Oh, do 5 come in? unvetted? Or were some of the other ones already, I wonder. Yeah. 340 mil off map now. How do you counter 308 mil off map? Or 380 mil? Well, bring in a slightly smaller off map, I guess. Both of these are crazy, though. And this entire match is non-stop artillery fire the entire way through. Sharpshooter doesn't manage to pin down the game infantry as the 88 gets completely blasted to hell before it can even hope at killing the martyr. Off map goes down, pins down a lot of the infantry here. KM infantry could come forward, but it gets pinned down itself. Things go down left and right. Another barrage off map coming in. Got to prevent things from coming in. More PF-109s as the 88 is slowly going down. This 88 is like fully out of HE shells and somehow survived the mass of artillery as well. 40 minutes, 14 minutes left on the clock. What is even happening? What a nutty game. Oop. 50 mil is shooting at that Stug. I don't think it's in APCR range though, so at most is just gonna force it to fall back. Are we gonna see another big blap? We are, but nothing dies that time. Here comes another 340 mil. Emergency off map this time. But the off map's still rated out here, preventing the units from going forward. And this Fallschirmjäger has got to like force all these units to unload on the bridge, where they can just, you know, get off mapped, right? Like there's so many, and they're just all pinned down. Not to say that this position is any better currently, as the mortars now rain down on this bridge. Hypokrass needs to get a 15-9, and because he's not pushing anywhere else, like, yeah, thanks, KM infantry. You were needed probably 30 minutes ago to help push this position out. Oh man, what a meme league! What a meme. Another Stug coming in. 2 martyrs up here, cutting off the reinforcement road. The 88's finally got some ammo in it. This one too. 2-star 88s do a good job at warding things off. Artillery coming in though. Endless amounts of artillery. Not that it's done much good. Pupian. Doesn't manage to kill us, dude. Unfortunate. ME410. Goes down. Hey, I'm flexing. Oh, finally, it came in to replace the 40, the quad, the feeling. Oh man. Lots of BF-109s coming in now to rocket absolutely nothing. There we go. No match. No match for the ever ubiquitous flex feeling JU-88 now. There's a lot of infantry here, but, you know, there's still Sturmjäger coming in. Yeah, there's artillery shooting at it. He might be able to get this flag back in the end, but he's wasted so much time preparing for this as the game infantry just push forward into the open. There's not even an IG over here to provide not much support. And plenty of units as well, and Stugs to just prevent any further moves here. You'd need like a triple tick at this point to win. So, a triple tick he's not gonna get. Turns out, Fallschirmjäger against the ever infinite arty onslaught is still kind of good as the Flexilling just shoots things out of the sky, fucking lasers them. The what's it called? Do not stand a chance. Stug being used as close support. All these Fallschirmjäger do still have close infantry support as the flak for 38. It's the better of a Fallschirm Pioneer. Oh man, that's funny. Murder did go down. F8 tried to came in for the Stug. Enough 20 mils here to ward that off though. He is not gonna get this flag. He might have gotten this one, but not gonna get the other one. JU-88 does manage to drop its bombs. Mortar's still firing. Oh man. Fleck 38 is going to try and squeak by here. There is no recon up here, so I might be able to do it. No more fighters left, and doesn't look like a ton of AA either for the third Fallschirmjäger player, but the RD didn't pay off. There's so much here. And they're firing almost constantly. Lots of ammunition being used up. 12-12 as this flag gets taken. But what are you going to do? Alright. Already comes in for the MG42. It's all quiet in the north. Didn't manage to take this back in the end. Flak feeling. Being used as close support now. Oh man. This is going to die to a single burst from Sturmjäger if it does get in range. Ooh, still goes down. Another off map. The last off map of the game. But this might actually not even go down. With 20 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining, yeah. Maybe they'll just prolong the aim for long enough to see it go down. But that's the surrender right there. Kaboom. Padding out the KD a little bit. Fate is going to get on target on the Stug. Doesn't die, though. Too suppressed for that. The Flak 38's doing a good enough job to prevent any kind of air spam. Yeah, if that air spam had, like, moved down here, killed the Flak 38's, like... this game could have been so much easier won in Hypokrass's favor by just giving up this flag and push everywhere else where there's lots of long-range engagements. Third Fallschirmjäger is not a long-range division. It can't really support it. But yeah, why are they still fighting? It's not a 60-minute game. It's a 50-minute game. Oh, man. Maybe they thought it was 55-minute time limit. F8 coming in again for the Stug. No cigar. So yeah, back to a 13-11. Oh, man. Come on, finish it up. Flak 41 coming out. Why? Like, what is the half of the point of this? Oh, man. Anyone coming out for the Sturmhaubitze, I guess. I know the 88's out of ammo again, and the planes are free to wreak havoc, but so we enter in 5 minutes after the game ended. Like, what are you doing? Guys. This isn't quick play. Oh, well. Hypokrass to surrender. Oh. Good game, I guess, to Fitz. Gallic doing a lot of work. Off map. More off map. Even more off map. Oh, the Flak 41 did manage to kill some off map planes. Hey. Well, I hope you like that long slug of a fest. The Mara doing very well. But the artillery, surprising for how long I was on the field, not paying off. Off map. Hey, look, he brought it out, and then immediately 3 planes died. So, worth it. 152mm. Like feeling close support. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for watching this mess of a game. And goodbye.